Okay, Coach, on a wonderful fall afternoon in the state of Texas, the roof is open, and we've got football from NRG Stadium in Houston. They do it big here in Houston, and a second ago it was a Texas-sized welcome for their hometown guys. They're fired up and ready to go as they get set to match up with Derek Carr and the Oakland Raiders. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Set. 60 outlaw.
Here's a guy on his fourth franchise in 2 years, Carlos Hyde. And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On second down, Hyde. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
So from the 36 now, first and 10. McCarron now to throw. And he hits his target. It's Kenny Stills. Give him 17 on the pickup there, and the Texans also get a new set of downs.
That's another Texans first down. First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
So here's a first and 10 now in Raider territory at the 46. Working from the gun here, McCarron. He'll find Miller. That's complete.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those too.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. DeAndre Hopkins, the Pro Bowler, the intended receiver. But now it's third down. And now on third down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. Again, they'll throw it with A.J. McCarron. And Thomas has it. And he'll get this only to about the 38 as they stop him a few yards shy of the line to gain. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a fourth down. And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on fourth. McCarron and company going for it on fourth. And he finds Stills, complete. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on fourth.
First down. First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Ready. 50, plant. Hey, orbit.
McCarron on first down. And the catch made by Johnson. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the back.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Benson Mayowa. showing his strength and quickness there, a loss of 4. Well, this has been a good march down the field, but now they're stuck looking at a 2nd and 14. Here's McCarron to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked by Darryl Worley. And to the 12. That's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line. They were ball hawks last week. They had a trio of interceptions on defense. In the first drive, they pick up right where they left off.
They're creating quite a reputation for themselves, aren't they? And sometimes what happens is, when they know that the defense can take the ball away as they saw the previous week, now you try too hard to not let them take it away, and you force yourself into error.
And now nothing but green ahead of him. He's at the 40, 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Darren Waller, 88 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter.
Well, that's how you take advantage of an early turnover. A sudden change situation, meaning ball's turned over. How's both sides going to handle it? One side handled it way better. They went right out on the field and put the ball in the end zone.
One play, that just added insult to injury.
Yeah, that just tells you on the defensive side, they didn't come out ready to go, still reeling from the fact that the ball got turned over.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Throwing now is McCarron. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Credit the sack to Jonathan Hankins. Well, it was 2nd long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving them exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
McCarron following the sack. He leads his guys up on 3rd and long.
Hey, Haywood, let's go.
Here we go, D. It's just me and you. It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Shotgun snap for McCarron. And he's going to go down again.
I don't know about you, but if I'm the offensive line coach right now, I'm having an absolute fit. This team that they're going against has 3 sacks, yet they rank dead last in the league in sacks coming into this game.
Maybe overlooked them a little bit?
Could be. I don't know if it's the scheme. I don't know if they've just gotten fortunate along the way. I have no real great answer for it, but we're seeing something you don't often see.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, to see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on. And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Tyrell Williams. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home. Get it.
From the gun, it's McCarron. Escaping the pressure right. He gets this one to Johnson. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Hey, high 7.
On first down, McCarron. He finds his man Johnson. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37.
It appears they found something that's working, and they keep going back to it. I guess you can actually say he has the hot hands now, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, it's one thing to hit your guy out of the backfield once, hit him a couple times. Yeah, you're right. Maybe they're onto something.
And I think a lot of that is simply if you get it to him in space, more times than not, he's going to get more yards.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Kenny Stills with touchdown number 7 on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and it's now 13-7. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
We play to win. Let's go.
First and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
41 Mike. 41 Mike. Go. Go. Big ass, big ass, big ass. Kill, kill, kill. Watch safety green. Watch safety green.
On first down, Carr. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Monday, down. 180. Get ready. Get ready. Check three, check three, check three.
Here's Carr. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Carr gives to Richard, and that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down. A tale of two extremes. First carry, he went for a bundle. His second goes backward.
And how many times have we seen that happen? Because you get that big carry, and you come back and you're all fired up, and sometimes you force a run a little bit, right? Trying to break off that big carry again, and instead it works opposite.
Hey, Delta.
41's coming. 41's
Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. He's got a man. It's Williams. A Raider first down, 17 yards. Like Antonio Brown, Tyrell Williams came to the Raiders in March. Came up the coast from L.A., where he caught 41 balls last year with the Chargers. His best year was 2016 when the Chargers were still in San. He rifles one that's intercepted. Zach Cunningham with a pick, and he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. Darren Waller, the intended receiver. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole, because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
The 30-yard line.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. A.J. McCarron looking to throw. And Stills bringing it in. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40.
That's a gain of 10. Brings up 3rd and 2.
And the Raiders call on a nickel set for 3rd down.
It's been a long day for you.
To throw, McCarron. This is Johnson. He's got it. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Well, they were in search of a short gain on third down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 37-yard line. On first down, nothing opening up really on the running play. Give him maybe a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
At the 36-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here now.
McCarron. And his throw here's incomplete. The rookie there defensively to knock it away, Trayvon Mullen.
Let's give some credit to the defensive guys on that play. Able to bat that one away. Sure looked like they were trying to hit the corner route.
The Texans on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
Hey, zoom. Fight.
Now McCarron. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 25-yard line.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the 1st down.
And McCarron now 11 of 15 through the air. Here's 1st and 10. Now McCarron. Thomas has got it. Complete. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players. Somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
To throw, it's McCarron. And this is going to be intercepted. LaMarcus Joyner with a pick. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
Pretty nice work defensively there on the 1st down run as they hold him to a gain of a couple. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8. At the 46-yard line.
Mike 41. Express.
You have to get time to see me.
Hey, seam 6. Seam 6.
41 Mike. Watch the pass. Watch the
pass.
From the 36, Carr. Oh, nearly picked. Almost intercepted, but he couldn't hang on, and it's 3rd down.
My man's getting a little loose with the football there, right? Interception before, almost had one here. He's got to start taking better care of it.
Yeah, really should have been back-to-back drives with interceptions. He's lucky there. On 3rd down, Carr. It's caught. Jones. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. That's complete to Richard, the running back. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. Give him 6 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
He's coming. We got double up. Right there. 93. 41.
Again, they'll throw with Carr. Flushed out right. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
180.
Throwing on 1st down is Carr. Throw right side going to be caught by Waller. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
Check 41. Hey,
Looking to throw again on second down. Carr got his man. That's Tyrell Williams. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 18. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying. And a big loss here as he's taken down. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. This is Rashard. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a fourth down. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And his kick is absolutely perfect. Last season for Carlson, bit of a strange rookie year. Won the Vikings job, then was let go week 2 after going 0 for 3, but he picked things back up.
Remember, he was drafted to cure their kicking woes, and he ends up going 0 for 3 against Green Bay, including the potential game winner. Gets cut, picked up by the Raiders, 16 for 17 the rest of the season. I'd say at the end of the year, a pretty good success story.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
General West.
McCarron now to throw. Dancing to his left. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Cleveland Farrell brings him down, and that's a play he's going to remember. The first sack of his NFL career. McCarron following the sack. He leads his guys up on 3rd and long.
Hey, 25 the mic. We're going 25 the mic. Hey, pick your game up. Let's go.
Working from the gun here, McCarron. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Here's Brian Anger now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Harris now to return. A good return there, 17 yards. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
So we come upon halftime with 9 points separating these two teams. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Now Carr. It's complete to Williams. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. So even with the pass interference, it's a completed pass. They'll go ahead and just take the play instead.
How about the effort? Making the catch despite the pass interference. Nothing else to be gained on the play. No need to take the penalty. The play stands.
Under 10, under 10, 10. White Monday. X3, 218, chopper. 618.
Carr now on first down. A short one here secured by the tight end Waller. That throw good for 4. It's second down. In this game, this matchup means a little more. The Carr family, Derek Carr's brother David, of course, the first overall pick in 2002 by these Houston Texans. Spent 5 years as the Texans starter, and then he would eventually spend 6 more years as a backup in the league at various spots before calling it a career. Throwing again on second down. Carr, he'll find his running back here, Richard. 6 yards on the pickup, and that's going to make it third down and less than a yard.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
So the false start will back them up 5. That's on the big guard, Gabe Jackson.
41 Mike, 41 Mike. Let's go one more. Tight end right, tight end right. 3 down, 3 down.
Express. 808. 5.
Carr to throw again. He's got a man open. It's Hunter Renfrow. That's on the Raiders' big money man, the free agent tackle Trent Brown. So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long?
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field.
Now Carr again. This complete to Jones. Solid gain of 18 and a Raider first down.
A gain of 18 on the play.
Carr will come up here with a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Richard. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Now Carr. And he's going to be taken down. Back across midfield, just across midfield at the 49.
Enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
No, now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
On 3rd and long, it's Carr. And that will be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They trail offense first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Throwing now is McCarron. And Thomas has it. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. From the gun, it's McCarron. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
Well, after the success they had on the second play of the drive, I think they were trying to recreate it with that pass, weren't they?
Yeah, they were trying to go a little tic-tac-toe, 3 plays and in the end zone.
I like that. Can I just put the X in the middle to block as the defense just did there?
Sure. Now the pass called in by Kenny Stills. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. 23 yards the pickup there.
Go now. 10 over.
Off the draw, here's Johnson. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
Early down stuff will put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Here we go.
On 2nd and 9, McCarron. Forced out to his left. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
Well, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Now here's McCarron on 3rd. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
First down and goal to go.
They've been in the red zone 3 times in this game and have not scored a single point. Can they break through here on 2nd and goal? A give the first man through Gillespie, the fullback. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. It's the fullback. His first touchdown on the year. As they have now chopped this lead down to 3. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead is down to 2. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession, and that was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds, because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. J.J. Watt has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
Like how they've started the third quarter here. They force a punt on the first drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their second win coming out of the locker room. Carr looking deep downfield. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. Now, sometimes those punt returns can yield some unnecessary roughness penalty.
Now, I know a lot of guys, when they run a long way to execute a block or make a hit, they're going to launch it no matter what, and it can often cost them.
18 Gators. 80 weapons. All day, every day.
They'll get it in the hands of their receiver, Hopkins. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Raiders pick it up. And he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me, because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
On 2nd down, Richard looking to find a lane, but he can't, reined in at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
The Raiders on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Carr going to throw. Jones has it. Give him 12 yards that time at an Oakland 1st down. I don't want to make a story where there's not one, but he threw the 3 interceptions last week. Looked a little uncomfortable. He looks much more comfortable today.
Yeah, just 1 pick so far, and his team leads. So now they can play complementary football, meaning if he takes care of the ball and his offense, they're humming along, the defense doesn't have to be out there as long. He's taking care of his guys on the other side of the ball.
And they're enjoying a 4th quarter advantage. The pickup goes for 16 and a Raider 1st down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. He completes it to Jones. And he gets this inside the 10 to the 9. It's also a gain of 9. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. On the ground, Richard. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing. Slow them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. Jalen Richard, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come. They're going to try and run. And he got it on the touchdown run, but he won't get in here. He'll be stopped short, and he'll come up empty on the try for 2. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
And a little bit of good fortune there. He wasn't able to get it back, but he did have a teammate on the spot able to retain possession for them.
After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. A.J. McCarron looking to throw. Thomas has got it, complete. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
55.
Ready?
McCarron going to try and throw on 3rd down. Going deep for Hopkins. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
This defense. Was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. McCarron to throw for it on 4th. And he finds Stills, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A pickup of 11 and a Texans 1st down. And McCarron now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the 2nd half. Not bad. 1st and 10. McCarron to throw once more. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Nevin Lawson with a pick. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. He was looking that time for Stills.
Hey, watch it, watch it. Shift.
Now after the INT, it's Carr. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
And once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Now a handoff to Richard. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line.
And this is why the head coach gets paid the big bucks. Look at where they are in this situation, partner. Do you throw the ball here in a long-distance situation? Do you run it again and trust your defense and make sure you take care of the ball and punt it away? What kind of options do you have here, and what do you trust more on your team?
Yeah, they may have just pushed him back into that throwing situation. We'll see.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
So his second field goal of the game, and that could turn out to be the big one.
Yeah, you have to make them score twice to beat you, and that's not impossible. But here in the fourth quarter, puts their backs clearly against the wall.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team.
And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. LaMarcus Joyner with a pick. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. Stills the intended target.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games. And now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Here's Carr to throw. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's a give to Richard. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. He's going to go up top for the end zone. Oh, he almost had it for the pick. A great chance there for the interception in the end zone. Instead, 3rd down. The Raiders on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This will be 3rd and 6. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will not make it to that imaginary yellow line as they get him to the ground at about the 23. It'll be a 5-yard pickup there, and it will take us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. The kick by Carlson is good. And that will get the lead up to 14. So they settle for just the 3. But clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off. But they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And last time, 1-play interception, so this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people would think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Jordan Thomas, the one he was looking for.
59 Mike, 59 Mike, check, 59. Here we go, here we go, here we go.
On 1st and 10, here's A.J. McCarron. And this is going to be incomplete. Looking to go back to Thomas again, and it's 2nd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Now a pass, and it's complete to QT. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 33. To throw is McCarron. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's move.
And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Fairbairn now to add the extra point. He's got it, and they're back within a touchdown at 28-21. So still a little over 40 seconds to go. Time enough to put a drive together if they can get this onside kick. And it's the Raiders that'll come up with it. And that will put victory in sight for the silver and black. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number's...
Oh, no, he lost the football. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. Richard trying the right side. He's got the first down here inside the 30. A Raider first down, 17 yards.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
A pickup of 10, and it's enough for an Oakland first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Set, ready, 18 gainer, 55 to mine.
So this one, a victory for the Oakland Raiders. And I tell you, this was a fun one. Just a close game. Nothing comes easy in this league, as you know. They had to work for that victory.
I've got to go back to what you just said. Nothing comes easy in this league. How many times have we talked to coaches prior to a game and assessed, the strengths, the weaknesses, the whole deal? Even in games when one coach was a decided favorite, what do they always say to us? But you do know, this is really a 7-point league. 7 points either way usually decides a ball game. We had exactly that in this one.
And not only that, but this is a gutsy road victory, one they can hang their hat on. So for the Raiders, it may not be too late to salvage their season as the win moves them to 2-5 now on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Houston, they'll fall to 5-3 with a loss. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Jaguars in Jacksonville. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.